Hello everyone and welcome to our group podcast for Malaysian government and public policy course. My name is Mohammed Ahmed and I will be your moderator today. Today we are talking about Malaysian national transport policy from 2019 to 2030. This policy is important because it affects how we travel every day, whether we use cars, buses or trains. The main goal of this policy is to improve the public transport and make Malaysian transport system more modern and sustainable. However, there is one big problem in Malaysia is that many people still depended heavily on private cars. This causes traffic jams, long travel times, and more pollution in big cities like especially in big cities like Kuala Lumpur. Because of this, we need to ask an important question. Can Malaysia really reduce cars usage and encourage people to use public transport by 2030? In this podcast, we will discuss how the government manages transport, what challenge it faces, and whether the current system is effective. We will also look the example of the other countries to see what Malaysia can learn from them. To start the discussion, I am joined by my group members who will share their ideas and analyze first. Thank you.
Thanks, Abdurrahman, for your time. Hi, everyone. I'm Ahmed Abdullah. When we compare Malaysia NTP to Singapore Land Transport Master Plan, the difference is approach is clear. While Malaysia focus on building more, expanding roads and tracks, Singapore focus on car-light governance. Singapore use a command and control system through the COE, a certificate of entitlement, making car ownership extremely expensive, and the ERP, electronic road pricing, to charge for road using in real time. In Malaysia, our policy is more business friendly and growing. We still subsidize a few, which encourage car use. Singapore success comes from a highly centralized LTA that manage everything from subwalks to subway. This leads us to wonder if Malaysia needs a more integrated governance style. To discuss our recommendation, I will pass it to Weil. Thanks for watching.
Well, thank you, Ahmed. Hello, everyone. I'm Abdurrahman, and I'm going to talk about Malaysia approach under the NTP 2019 to 2030. It's actually built on 5 strategic pillars with a heavy focus on digitalization and connectivity. Currently, the government is trying to shift the public transport model share, meaning that they want more people on buses and trains rather than cars. We see this through a mega project like MRT3 and ECRL. However, from a policy perspective, we face a structure overlap. Transport in Malaysia is governed by various bodies like MOT, the Ministry of Transport, and ABAD, while the words under the Works Ministry. This SILO structure often make it difficult to have a seamless travel experience for the citizens. To understand how we can do better.
Hello everyone, my name is Wael Bayan. As youth policymakers, we believe that for the NTP 2030 to succeed, we need to fix the last mile governance. My first recommendation is the creation of United Regional Transport Authority, URTA, for major cities like Kuala Lumpur and Penang. Instead of different agencies managing buses and trains, one body should control the entire ecosystem. And secondly, we propose a youth tech mobility. We should integrate micro-mobility like e-scooters and shared bikes into the national law to bridge the gap between houses and train stations. If the government structure doesn't recognize these new technologies, The policy will remain outdated, but beyond structure, we need a financial shift.
That is great point. Why? Hi everyone, I am Amro Khalid. To ensure this policy works, we need to move from physical building to iconic shifting. We recommend that the government intro- introducing green mobility taxes rebates for companies that provide setting funds from their own policy. Also, instead of blanket for subtitles, the saving should be directly into making public transport free for students and citizens. Newton's weight. The correct culture of using trans from a young age. And conclusion, Malaysia has a roadmap, but to reach that finish line by 2030, they must adopt Singapore effective and the youth demand for technology and on behalf of Muhammad Ahmad Abdurrahman Wail. Thank you for listening to our podcast. Let's move Malaysia forward together. Thank you and goodbye.